Hello to all Ghana-loving Ghanaians. Welcome to Message. In the interest of Ghana must work, Ghana can work. We want Ghana to work. Please do like the channel, subscribe to it, forward the video to other Ghana-loving Ghanaians. Today we just want to have a little chat about something small but big, you see. Now, 21st of September was Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the leading force in an instrumental individual in the acquiring of independence of Ghana from the colonial masters, 1957. And so, yeah, it was a bank holiday, or it was a national or public holiday, we call it. And everybody enjoyed it. Some had a chance to stay at home, have some few drinks, some barbecue, if you're the barbecue type. You enjoyed it. And that day 21st set aside to commemorate Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is as a result of his selflessness, commitment, patriotism to drive the desire for independence and successfully achieved it. Of course, he has people in his team, he worked with people, but as a leader, he stood his grounds in demands for independence. And we all enjoy it now. But now, Siege, we want to look at it from this point. Since 1957, we're now in 2022, many republics have come and go, but we are in the fourth republic now, and doing well, I would say. It could be better. And yet, let's see one very profound statement made by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah: forward ever, backwards never. Can we relate to that and look around us within our country and see if we have really gone forward since the independence as far as development, infrastructure, economic? The list is endless. I mean, some argue the fact that Ghana is doing well. Yes, it's arguable, but we could do better. But in his selflessness and patriotism, what we want to say is this: do we think at the time that he was fighting the cause for independence, there was no challenges? His life was not at stake? Because up until the independence, Ghana was colonized. Imagine challenging your tax masters to say, I want freedom. And it's possible, we are alleging here, that there may be temptations to say, look, we know you're a smart, intelligent gentleman. Shut up. Come to our fold. We'll set you up for life. It's possible the colonial masters may have made those offers to him. But he did not consider himself to be the subject matter, but the cause to see his fellow Ghanaians at freedom, then Gold Coast. Can we liken that quality to our leaders since the Fourth Republic? Selflessness, patriotism, integrity, whereby this integrity cannot be bought with money. Because if Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's integrity, patriotism could have been bought with money, it's possible the fight for freedom would have been delayed, even if possible in the future that Ghana still achieved or acquired independence from their tax masters. It may have been delayed. This selflessness, patriotism, desire to see country succeed seems to be missing in our leadership. Why do we say that? Most things that are pertains to country and people, that should not be politicized, that should not be partisan politics. It's being made a partisan politics. For instance, the Galamsey activity that is destroying our country. As we enjoy the 21st holiday, what was our reflections? How do we think, individuals and as a group? Of course, we blame our leaders most of the time for everything because they are the forefront of politics, they are the forefront of managing the country, but ourselves, as people of the country, we have to check our mentality and mindset. In as much as we expect our leaders to be accountable, that statement, forward ever, backwards never, should not be just a statement. It needs to become a fiber, the thread that holds the cloth Ghana together. Ghana, we are smart, we're intelligent. I believe so. I know so. We're strong, we are tough. If when we say we are doing, we do. But this notion, right from school, I mean, I've been in the company of people where you hear the discussion is that, oh, the easier way to make money these days is to go into politics. Why that? Not to go into politics to build a country, not to go into politics to make a life better for the corporate enjoyment of all Ghanaians, but just to enrich oneself. And that brings in to say, by one man's devotion, commitment, unwavering commitment, irrespective of all the forces that were at play, the opposition that stares him in the face, he stood his ground with the rest of his team to achieve this monumental achievement, independence that we all celebrate today. If we can have at least half of our leadership to emulate that quality, Ghana should be a force to reckon in the world, because we are blessed, very blessed. Natural resources, intellectually we are blessed. Human resource, we are blessed. We are strong. When we say we are doing, we do. Can that become the way we do things? Looking out for one another? You know, you hear these days, not these days, since a long time now, you hear people say that, oh yeah, as for me, I don't touch my salary. How do you live then? You are a thief right there. There's no other way I can use. You're a thief. If you don't have business on the side, you don't have anything else you do on the side that generate revenue, but you're bold to tell your friends that as for me, I don't touch my salary. You definitely is doing something dubious. We'll talk about that later in another video. But that brings us to a point where we want to touch not on yet another individual that was selfless, that has country and people in mind. Tetteh Quashie, the one that is accounted to us as who brought cocoa to Ghana. By one man, Ghana became the leading supplier, producer of cocoa worldwide. As a matter of fact, cocoa alone is enough for Ghana to be a very rich, endowed country, good roads, electricity, everything working, because cocoa forms the basis of almost 60-70% of product, food. Cocoa is found in products that we don't consume, creams. The use of cocoa is endless and is used all around the world. Yet, in our current leadership, or since the Fourth Republic, or the proliferation of the Chinese into Ghana, for whatever strange reasons, they are being given allocations of lands. I'll put it this way, lands to destroy in the name of mining for gold. One man put Ghana on the map of the whole world. But it's taking a lot of men in leadership to destroy that legacy. Why do I say that? Most recently, I was reading and I've come across the fact that 2021-22, Ghana's cocoa production has dropped percentage-wise 31%. And is attributed to the destruction that is caused to about 19,000 to 20,000 hectares of cocoa farm. Yet we are politicizing this. We are playing partisan politics with something that is detrimental to all of us. Not only the cocoa farms, you look at the water that our grandparents drink in the village, the waters that used to be the best water, better than the pipe-borne water, they are now the Milky Way of the galaxy, full of mercury and very dangerous, hazardous chemicals, like cyanide. Why? And as mentioned in one of my videos a couple of days ago, our soldiers, our military men that are meant have sworn allegiance to defend country and people, both domestically and internationally, were actually assigned to protect and preserve these Chinese individuals who are destroying our forests. The evidence is there. It's not like the evidence is not there. I've seen one video where the task force that is mandated with the responsibility to get rid of these Galamsey activity, small-scale mining activities, they arrive at the place, they locate a place, they're trying to shut it down. One soldier, actually there's soldier uniforms there, meaning that soldiers have been detached to protect these people. You, a Ghanaian in uniform, you are sitting down watching these foreigners destroy your own country in your presence. How much are you being paid? Maybe somebody is going to argue to say, look, these soldiers are under instruction. If so, that means this thing is coming from our leaders right from the top. And I'm challenged to think that is the case, because when that soldier who was on site made a call to whoever it is that he called, in less than 5 minutes, soldiers called they said they are the Delta Force, rushed to the field in numbers and stopped the task force, actually molested them and asked them to release the Chinese internationals, and they were left to carry on destroying the forest and the land. What is wrong with us? Tetteh Quashie, that is accounted as a one man who traveled and brought a seed, or how many seeds he brought, for which Ghana has become a leading producer, by many leaders that I believe they have the know-how to stop this. Yet, they are sitting and watching our country being destroyed. Anyway, we thought to raise this. What we're going to do, I don't want to speculate here, but we're calling on our leaders to sit up and stop all this selfishness driven by corruption and that desire to be whatever it is that they desire to be. This Galamsey destruction of cocoa farm, our water body, is not something that we have to be looking at from partisan politics point. We can't politic with this. Lives are being consumed. The waters are destroyed. Even though we're going to be touching note on this in another video, just to mention it, Professor Enim actually even alleged that one particular Galamsey kingpin, Chinese person, is a spy. Somebody say, oh, Ghana, what is that China got to do with Ghana being sending a spy? No, this person is alleged to be sent to actually either understudy how Ghana's cocoa is or actually help destroy it, because as it is alleged, China is now producing cocoa. And possibly they don't want Ghana to be their competition. And we are sitting down and watching. We are sitting down and playing politics. When the evidence is before our eyes, it's not an allegation anymore, because the evidence is where, when you see the aerial view, you will cry. And I'm sure Tetteh Quashie and Kwame Nkrumah are rolling in their graves and say, what is this? Even Kwame Nkrumah's overthrow, it took the same selfishness and corruption for that to happen. Why? What are we made of? We don't love good things. We don't want our country to be what it's supposed to be, because if these individuals thought of our country to be worthy of freedom and to become the leading producer of cocoa, yet we have leaders, MPs. Look, we are not limited in any way. We are not disadvantaged in any way. All we need is the renewal of our mindset and mentality about things that pertains to country and people. We pray and hope that by next year, 2023, when we commemorate the Memorial Day of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and I dare to mention Tetteh Quashie, there ought to be a day set aside for him too, because he has made a difference. And we've been enjoying that difference since, and now our leaders are allowing that selfless act from a beloved Ghanaian to be destroyed before their eyes. And it seems they don't care. And that's not good enough. Anyway, that's all we have for you for now, to challenge ourselves to rethink and begin to appropriate our minds in the dimension of country and people, country building, and offering oneself for the betterment of Mother Ghana. We thought to talk about this. It's not enough for us to be having one full day to ourselves, celebrating the achievement of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day, and hopefully one day Tetteh Quashie, because of the cocoa, and yet not be motivated enough to say, let's carry on with that energy, that confidence, that smartness, that intelligence, that toughness that Kwame Nkrumah and Tetteh Quashie exhibited, for which we have what we have today. It could be better if not for the kind of superficial politics that is being played since the Fourth Republic. I call it politics of blame game rather than politics of performance. Think on that. Till we come your way, God bless Mother Ghana, long live the Fourth Republic, and whilst in your office, when you are tempted to do that thing, to take that money before service, ask yourself, what will Kwame Nkrumah do? What will Tetteh Quashie do? God bless you all. See you in our next video. Bye for now.